program is a public access production. Comcast is required to provide time on this channel and make it available pursuant to franchise agreements with the communities we serve. Comcast is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of Comcast or its affiliates.
Hello and welcome to the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce cable TV show, which airs every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on Comcast Community Channel and also various times on AT&T. My name is Joe Ficaro. I am the host. I am a current Board of Directors member and a past president of the Chamber. And I also work with the Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureau in membership development. And we're happy to have with us one of our friends and a fellow board member, as a matter of fact, Jay Lindberg, who is the owner of a local Allstate insurance agency. Jay, welcome to our show.
Hey, Joe, thanks. I appreciate being here. Thanks for asking for us to be on.
You're welcome. Well, we've been talking about it for a while, so I'm glad we finally got you on the show.
It took 4 years.
Yeah. So, Jay, just for the sake of keeping our time and not running out of it at the end of the segment, why don't you tell us, well, first of all, what inspired you to go into this type of business?
Well, that's a very good question because my background has been with other types of companies. Unfortunately, the company I worked with previously, I was one of the first 12,000 people that were laid off after SBC bought AT&T. So I needed to find something that could take care of me, not start off fresh again in a new corporation and everything, but something that can take care of myself and my family. So hopefully my son's going to take over the business.
Sounds like you've done that.
We're trying.
And we'll learn a little bit more about it. So
sure.
Tell us as much about yourself as you want, but more about the business, because that's what we're here for.
Okay. A little bit about myself. I spent many years with AT&T and many years with R.H. Donnelly, the Dun & Bradstreet organization. I did a lot of B2B type of work, and I didn't have the inner reaction with people like I wanted to have. We came into the Allstate agency. We have the opportunity to work one-on-one with people. Our agency and our company are not a mass marketer with regards to we're not looking for price. We sell a value that we give to our customers with regards to service and everything. Okay. And that's what we offer. And we offer a full line of business services and personal services.
So we know, I mean, we see some Allstate insurance ads on TV. I don't hear very much on the radio, but you know, that's Allstate. What is it? You're in good hands.
You're in good hands.
They're still maintaining that, isn't
yes.
that so?
That's still our
yes
slogan.
But I don't know. You know, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about Allstate, and then we'll get into the particulars about the Jay Lindberg agency.
Great. Allstate, as we all know, is one of the major auto insurers in the country. Pretty large organization. They started with the Sears organization years ago. Actually, they began selling insurance as you went to shop. They sold the auto insurance, and then they also sold the homeowners insurance. So, in fact, that's how I found Allstate as a customer myself. I moved to Springfield, Illinois, and I happened to find that I needed to have a washer and dryer, and in between buying a washer and dryer, I stopped at the Allstate booth myself, bought my homeowner's insurance to satisfy the closing of my house, and then I went and bought myself a lawnmower. Now Allstate has grown into many other organizations. A lot of people don't realize that we do a lot of retirement planning. We also do a lot of business. We What we have is Allstate Workplace Benefits, which is voluntary benefits. We do cancer insurance. I do business insurance. We do auto. In fact, we're one of the largest auto carriers for business insurance. And that's something that a lot of the local agents haven't really gotten into, that we specialize in our agency.
Okay. I'm just taking some notes here because I may want to go back to some of those categories. All right, so that's just a broad brushstroke about Allstate. Now let's get into the particulars about the J. Lindberg Agency.
Sure.
Now, how long has the J. Lindberg Agency been in existence?
As a J. Lindberg Agency, it's been in business 4 years as of this coming June, so
Okay.
we're going to have an anniversary pretty soon. The agency itself I bought was in business here in the South Side area for over 40 years, 15 years within Tinley Park.
Okay. So then it was reasonably established. I
Yeah.
would think 40 years in the Southland here,
Right.
and then 15 in Tinley Park.
Which offered a very good customer base for us.
I would
We
think
didn't
so.
come in cold.
Okay. So what are some of the particulars? How many employees do you have working with you?
Actually, right now, it's a family business. It's my son, Blake, and myself and my wife. We also bring in, we like to work with the community, as you know, Joe. We bring in high school students and we do the work-study program. So far, I've worked with Lincoln Way High School, Andrew High School, and soon to start with Tinley High School as well, and Oak Forest High School for that matter. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to be over at Tinley Park High School doing a presentation to the driver's education class.
So those are some of the things that you do. What are some of the other things that you do as far as, we may as well bring it up at this point, some of your community involvement
Well, you know, I'm very happy with that, Joe. We've done a lot of different things. As you know, I've been with the Chamber pretty much since we started. I firmly believe in giving back to the community. My agency itself has given over $4,000 back to the community, both to like the Easter Seals we gave $2,000 to. We've given it Together We Cope, the South Suburban Crisis Center.
Sure.
I'm an active member in the Chamber, as you know. I try to do as much as I can there. We visit the high schools on a regular basis. Anywhere where we can make a difference, that's where we want to be.
You certainly have gotten your name out there as being community-minded.
Thank
So
you.
Jay, why don't you tell us a little bit about your products or some of the things just to familiarize people with what is available through your agency.
Sure.
And then they can, as I've said maybe in the past, contact us through the Chamber of Commerce office, but I'll mention those phone numbers later on.
That's fine. I'm an insurance agency. I sell insurance. I'm proud to represent a company like Allstate. We sell personal lines, which is, I mentioned before, which is the home, the auto, our recreational vehicle, motorcycles, snowmobiles, all those type of policies that we offer. Something we're digging into a little bit more because it makes you part of our family more. We want to get into your financial needs. We do 401ks, we do 401k transfers, we do annuities, whether they're variable or fixed life. We sell the straight life insurance policies.
Okay.
We offer out of our agency a free needs analysis. We'd like to know that after we've protected your property and casualty, that we can protect your financial needs, especially for the children. We do the 529s for the kids to go to college, so
Okay.
we offer a full financial background. Then, as I said, we're also really digging into the business portion, and that's why I become a little bit more outgoing or offered my services more to businesses. A lot of people don't know that Allstate offers business insurance, offers business property insurance, liability insurance, and as I said, I'm really pushing now with our workplace benefits.
I should say that we have about 45 seconds left in this segment, so if you
Wow.
have a parting message, please do so now.
Well, I'd like everybody to know we are an agency that works directly with you. You don't have to call an 800 number and get mad because you can't talk to the person who you bought your product from. Number two is that we're not an easy place to find within Orland Park or within Tinley Park. but we're worth the value for it. We offer a full line of discounts that all insurance agencies offer, and all insurance companies. We offer products like what is our DriveWise that can give you discounts. We have so much to talk about. Please call us. We'd love to share it with you.
Jay, thank you for being on our show, and you and I will be talking later on as well.
I look forward to that.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Well, our next guest is Harry Stewart, who is Vice President for Residential and Commercial Lending with NuMark Credit Union.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be a guest on your show.
Well, you're welcome, and we're glad that you are. NuMark hasn't really been here in Tinley Park all that long, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about as much as possible about NuMark, its current location or newest location, and the others. But Harry, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself? What motivated you or inspired you to go into this type of work, and then we'll talk about NuMark.
Well, I went to school for finance, so I knew I wanted to get into the financial services industry. While I was in school, I was bartending, so I saw a lot of the mortgage guys coming into the bar every now and then, and I'm like, well, you know, it looks like they're doing pretty well, and they're having a good time, and they're helping people, and I also liked talking to people. I liked meeting people, and I liked helping people. So being a lending officer at NuMark Credit Union, it's almost like a natural, perfect fit for me, because here I'm able to help people and do what I enjoy doing. So.
All right. Well, that gives us a little bit of a background. Why don't you tell us now as much as we can, and we'll get into the different facets about NuMark. But how long has NuMark Credit Union been around?
NuMark, well, we've got a location here in Tinley Park. That's our newest location. That branch has been there since 2011. So it's our newest branch. We have 4 other branches that have, NuMark really goes back all the way to 1948. It started as 2 credit unions that merged. One of the credit unions was Dynamic Credit Union, which was the credit union for electromotive diesel, and the other credit union, Members Equity, was the credit union for Caterpillar, and they merged in 1996 and formed NuMark Credit Union.
Okay.
And we're now one of the largest, most successful credit unions in Northern Illinois.
That's pretty remarkable. I think I mentioned earlier that I did look on the website, and I saw all of the companies that that NuMark has worked with, some through the mergers, but currently, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, we have a ton of select employer groups. Yeah, and we're growing every day.
How many employees does NuMark Credit Union have?
Currently, we have 77 active employees spread throughout the 5 different branches that we have. I have 7 people in my department, which focuses on the residential and commercial lending.
Okay. All right. And, all right, you've mentioned Tinley Park as the newest location. Why don't we talk about, well, one, who would you say are your ideal clients?
I would say everybody that's in our geographical area. NuMark Credit Union is a not-for-profit credit union that is community-based and open to the public, which means if you live in the area, if you work in the area, if you have a family member that's already a member, it automatically qualifies you for membership. All we require is the $5 in a savings account, and that $5 is basically your membership, and it gives you full access to all of our products and services that are available to all the members. Credit union membership is a little bit different than say a bank. All of our members are actually owners of the credit union, whereas a bank has shareholders that demand profit. We just basically give anything extra that we bring back right back to the members in the form of lower rates or rebates.
All right, so when you say all of the members in essence are part owners, to the extent of their, let's say, their account or something of that nature?
No, everybody has the same rights.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
So, well, they call the savings like our savings account is called a share account. So, so obviously the more that you put in there, you'll have more proxy.
Okay.
But
what are some of the other products that NuMark has, and maybe you could speak a little bit more on maybe the differences between the credit union and your traditional financial institution or bank?
Well, we're a full-service financial institution, so we do mortgages, auto loans, personal loans, loans for like specialty products. I would say motorcycles, jet skis, boats. We've got different savings plans, free checking, free mobile banking, free online bill pay. We've got 29,000 ATMs in the Chicagoland area that you can access free of like that normal surcharge that you get when you go if you go to an ATM that you don't belong to. So,
okay.
But we've got anything that a bank would offer plus.
All right. I know, or we have Tinley Park, and I think it's important because you said that even if let's say a family member is a member of the credit union, that qualifies.
Yeah, it automatically qualifies.
Immediate family members up to what level, let's say?
You know what? That's kind of a fine line, but usually we could find a connection.
Okay.
A second cousin, maybe. If you're getting like way out there, you know, maybe it would be tough to put a connection in, but
okay.
Basically anybody in our listening area should qualify, or viewing area should qualify for membership.
So we don't have to pinpoint it, but I think it's important to say, with that in mind, that you do have the Tinley Park location, Crest Hill.
Yeah, Joliet.
Actually,
we have two in Joliet.
Okay.
One in Crest Hill, one here in Tinley. And we've got one in Countryside.
That's probably pretty important because, I mean, you know, people's relatives or family members don't all live here in Tinley Park.
Yes.
They're elsewhere, and I think it's something that they may want to share with their family members. Are there particular products, though, that are really unique to NuMark or a credit union that that people wouldn't find at, let's say, their standard, I shouldn't say that, their traditional bank?
I wouldn't say there's like a specialty niche product. I would say the products and services that we offer are going to be a little bit different. For example, if we were talking about closing costs, typically our closing costs are going to be lower than a competitor's, and the only reason for something like that is we're not looking to make a profit on the member. We're looking at it almost as a pass-through service, whereas a bank is looking for a profit. So they, you know, it's just a different way of looking at things. We're just here to improve the financial lives of our members, where a bank really the bottom line is they want to make money. We're just looking to help our member base. So.
All right. Well, I mean, that's supportive, and I mean, for people to be able to do that. Now, here we have about a minute left in this segment. Is there anything in particular that you would like to say to our viewers as a closing statement or an invitation?
We would love to have everybody that's viewing this as a member. Please stop by one of our locations and check us out. We'd love to have you.
Thank you, Harry. And as you may or may not know, to reach NuMark Credit Union or any of our other guests, you may contact them or any of our other members for that matter through the Chamber of Commerce office at 708-532-5700, or you may access our members directory at tinleychamber.org. Once again, Harry, it was a pleasure having you on here, and hope we'll see you.
Thanks, Joe.
At some of our events as well.
That'd be fantastic.
All right.
Look forward to it.
Great. All right. Well, our next guest and chamber member, one of our newest chamber members, I should say, is Brian Lubacz, who is a licensed home inspector, and he is the owner-operator of Greenway Inspections. Welcome to our show, Brian.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
It's
we
pretty
were
exciting.
talking at the last members meeting, and I'm glad that you were able to be here. You know, people think of home inspections, and maybe they have their own conception of what it is, but you know, whether or not they do, let's clear some of those things up. What you actually do, and what the benefits of that are. But before we do, why don't you tell us what inspired you to go into a home inspection?
Okay, that's a great question. When I was younger, I used to be a laborer. My first summer job was laboring for a residential builder, and I enjoyed that type of work, seeing the final results and everything that was involved in it. So from there, I decided to go to school, get my Bachelor's of Science degree in technology, emphasizing in construction management. Where then I went on to work for a major residential builder until the blow up of the residential industry back in 2006, 2008,
Yeah.
and I found myself out of work in the industry that I had a desire to be a part of. I was bouncing around trying to get in the commercial side of construction, and it just wasn't working out, and I still had that desire and to work in residential and to really kind of get in the weeds of how the building operates and all the components of a building. And so from there, I again found myself looking for more work, and I decided to invest in myself and try to take control of my future, and in terms of going out and marketing and being, like I said, in control of the future of finding work and being more sustainable in the profession itself. And so I enjoy when I worked for a major builder. I was a home inspector doing more of quality assurance inspections, and I really enjoyed the customer interaction, informing the customer about the home, how it operates, and passing on the knowledge that I've gained to them so they are more empowered and the understanding of their home itself.
Very good. I looked at your website, and I noticed that you have a lot of affiliations.
Correct.
And I don't know if it would be considered accreditations or something like that as part of those affiliations, but that was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I mean, on behalf of your past, present, and future customers. All right, so that's a little bit about what led you into, what motivated you to go into a home inspection. So why don't you tell us a little bit well, not a little bit, tell us a lot about Greenway Inspections now, because there's got to be different aspects to it. So you take it away.
Okay. Well, with the typical home inspection, it's always good for a potential buyer of a home to get a home inspection and to really, what a home inspection does is goes over the systems and components of a house. So that way, going into the purchase, you have a base understanding of what you're getting yourself into. You know, obviously buying a house or a condo or a townhouse is a huge investment. And so you don't want to take that investment lightly. You want to know, like I said, know what you're getting yourself into. So with Greenway, we strive to not only go over the systems and components, but also ways to maybe make your house a little bit more energy efficient. We provide a homeowner's manual that allows customers to, if they want to get into the weeds of their house, explains them how the house operates, explains how to maybe increase efficiency, and also more importantly, or equally importantly, how to maintain their investments moving forward. We also offer radon gas detection services. Radon is a gas that leads to people who don't smoke cigarettes is the #1 cause of lung cancer. So, you know, moving into a house, you want to see if that's an issue in the house. We also offer a home energy evaluation of the house, a non-intrusive look at the house. The association that I belong to, the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors, teamed up with Department of Energy, and it provides this pretty informative look at your house on how, on average, it will cost you to operate it. So again, moving forward, going into the house, not only do you know what the house, how it currently stands in its condition, but also how much it will cost to operate it. And that's a big factor too. And then more tips and ideas on how to reduce the operating cost of your home.
That was pretty concise,
Thank you.
I must say. You know your business.
Yeah.
You mentioned radon, and we don't want to spend a lot of time on that, but where does radon actually come from, and how then does it get into the homes?
Radon is a gas itself from the decay of radium, and it's been noted through the EPA that above a certain level in the house, it comes from the ground, so above a certain level it can be dangerous and unhealthy for people living in the house. Like I said, if you know somebody who hasn't smoked a cigarette in their life and now they're diagnosed with lung cancer and they've been in their home for 30 years, it's a possibility that they have high levels of radon. More than 20,000 people annually succumb from lung cancer because of radon itself. So that's an ancillary service that we offer, and it's just another way to be more informed about your home itself.
Okay. Have you mentioned buyers? I mean, that's a protection, just so they know what they're getting into. Have sellers ever had their homes inspected so then they know that they're making sure they're taking care of certain things, or is that something that's not done?
It's not done as much as buyers.
Okay.
But it is a good idea to kind of see the items that might be checked off on it or marked down on a typical inspection, so you have the opportunity to address them. So if a potential buyer comes through, you can say, oh, I've already had a home inspection, here are the issues that we've addressed, and if the new buyer gets a home inspection, then their inspector will, the report would be less damaging in terms of things that you have to maybe take care of.
All right. Well, Brian, what are the areas that you cover geographically?
I cover obviously Tinley Park. I'm local here, and I cover Orland Park, Frankfurt, Mokina, New Lenox, Payless, and pretty much all the Chicagoland area. I will be willing to drive and help anybody out who's in need.
All right, so you're really not limited by any marketing agreement or anything like that. You can go anywhere?
Correct, yeah. I'm not part of any type of franchise. So if somebody in Chicago is getting a condo and they want somebody to take a look at it, I'm their guy. If somebody all the way at Aurora or St. Charles wants their house to be taken a look at, I'm willing to make that trek.
All right. Well, Brian, we have a little less than a minute in this segment. So if you have a parting message that you would like to say to our viewers to invite them to your service, please go ahead.
Okay. As everybody knows, you don't know what you don't know. So it's a good idea to be informed about your home.
All right. Well, you heard it from Brian. If you are planning on buying a home, it would be a good idea to get that inspection so you do know what you didn't know. Brian, thank you for being a guest on our show.
It's a pleasure.
And I look forward to interacting with you in the chamber at our various events. Once again, you can contact any of our guests or chamber members through the Chamber of Commerce office.